Hey, good morning. Saul Carter here with Fit Body Bootcamp. One of the things I know I've been doing this for a week and been throwing my videos up on there, and this is really kind of a transformation for me. I've been we've opened Manteca Fit Body Bootcamp 3 years ago, and I really want to basically kind of tell my story. And originally, let me tell you why I feel like I need to tell my story. Um, you know, Originally I wanted to open up a business. I'm a real estate broker. I still happen to have a real estate brokerage. It's Others Realty, and the idea behind that is kind of funny. It'll turn around. It'll come full circle in a little bit for you. But Others Realty. I was sitting in church, and this guy came in and he had these bumper stickers. And if you're from Modesto, you'll know you've seen the bumper stickers on cars, and they say Others. And basically, he's like, look, if you're a real Christian, which I go to church, I try to believe that I'm a real Christian. That's between God and I, and hopefully that works out the way I hope it will. But you need to be thinking about others all the time, and that's really how you're going to find happiness. And any kind of real happiness and joy in life is always wrapped around taking care of others. I was doing tons of short sales at the time, and truthfully, it's very negative. So I wanted to find a business that I could do that I could help people, but not be in such a negative environment. And because if you know anything about short sales, you're dealing with banks lying to you, and sellers lying to you, and buyers lying to you, and other agents lying to you, and obviously it's not always like that, but there's enough of it where it seems like it's like that all the time. So I wanted to find a business that was not wrapped in. One of my lights just fell down. It was super cool. But anyway, was not so negative. At the time, I'd always believed in fitness, and my daughter, played sports, and I started going to Fit Body Boot Camp with her at like 5 in the morning in Modesto when she was in junior high. We would go 3 days a week, and she was like one of the only junior high kids that had a six pack. She was getting ripped. The reason I started doing that is because I wanted to make sure that one, she's a girl, so inherently most girls never are exposed to the gym at any kind of an early age. And so they just lack that confidence. And so they don't go do it. And then and two, she was playing sports. She was playing, basically, by this time, she was playing year-round soccer. She was getting into volleyball and started to play that a lot. So 6-8 months of the year, she was playing 2 sports plus at school and all this stuff. And so I wanted to get her to where her joints and knees and tendons and all that stuff was as strong as possible so she could avoid injury. It's really one of the biggest problems in girls' youth sports is injuries that are really unnecessary because they just don't do enough weightlifting or any kind of strength training or anything to make that happen. So Taya actually started working for Fit Body Bootcamp about this time, and I was actually sitting with her, talking with her, and I said, I really want to start a different business. And to be completely open, I wanted to start a business that was about cash flow. The problem with real estate is once you close one deal, the next deal is you're basically unemployed. Now, obviously, as a real estate agent, you want to have a whole bunch of deals so you're not unemployed per se. But you close a deal and that's done. There's no consistent cash flow. There's months where you go with nothing, and there's months where you get like 5 closings, and you obviously have to learn to budget your money. So there's the upside of that. So I talked to her about it, and she's like, well, why don't you start a Fit Body Boot Camp? Like, the numbers really work. You've got people that are coming in and doing, they're paying their whatever they're paying at that time. I think Sonia at the time, I don't want to throw her under the bus or anything like that, but she was charging as much as $197 a month and people were paying it. Of course, the market was really good, and she was getting results here and there, and and so I was like, man, that's a great business. And man, I could just hire some agents. I could hire a salesperson, or not. I said agents. I said hire some trainers, because I was not a certified personal trainer at this point in time, and I could just kind of run this business and be anonymous, and not be out there. And that's what I did. I started the business. I got into it. As many of you know, Tay is actually a half owner in Turlock. Started Manteca Fit Body Bootcamp. Hired a couple trainers. Got very lucky with one. Got another trainer that was good, but he was young and didn't necessarily know what he was doing, so I had to train him up to that. But I wasn't a personal trainer myself, and so I had kind of this hang up where I didn't want to be a part of the business on a day-to-day basis because I was not a personal trainer at the time. I really wasn't. I'd always been fit and done things, but I wasn't a studied personal trainer, a studied fitness expert or anything like that. And so, I just kind of relied on my trainers and things like that. And so anyway, I wanted to be anonymous. I really, I wanted to own a business. And like if you go to a Domino's, nobody knows who the owner of that place really is, right? They're franchises, but nobody knows who the owner of the place is. And so I just wanted to, be kind of anonymous. What I found out is that's not Fit Body Bootcamp. People want to know who you are, what's going on with you, and all those different things. And so, I kind of fought that. I fought that literally. I have fought that in some ways for 3 years, and I'm almost finally embracing it in literally the last month. And so what happened was I read this book. It's right here. It's called Your One Word, and he actually talks specifically about how if you're not out there telling people who you are and what you're all about and where you've been and all that stuff, then people don't get to know you, and then they don't care, and then they don't want to do business with you, and you're doing them a disservice. And so by me wanting to basically be anonymous, I want people to get results. I want people to enjoy Fit Body Bootcamp. I want people who come and pay us a membership to get every single thing that we've promised them and more. There's nothing that makes me happier than to see the people that embrace everything that we want to do for them and be like, hey, I'm going to take advantage of the food logs. I'm going to take advantage of the meal plans. I'm going to take advantage of the unlimited boot camp. And then they start getting results because they're doing all of those things. And we've had some amazing stories where people have stopped being diabetic. They've got off their CPAP machines. They've lost 100 pounds. They've lost 70 pounds. They've lost 60 pounds. It's amazing some of the things that has actually happened for people. But this whole time, I've been kind of anonymous. So, and I've relied on trainers. In Manteca, we had a trainer that was there. He ended up leaving the business and stealing several people right as I was opening up our Orange location. So all of a sudden, I was in this situation where my one most profitable location, where I was, kind of had that as kind of like my foundation, just got ripped right out from under me because I didn't. And the truth is I didn't do my job. I wasn't there being the person that everybody was attached to. I had taken all my money and all of my effort and put it into a business, and then I just kind of gave it to somebody else because I wasn't willing to be out there and be the one, be that person who was trying to get everybody inspired and moving in the right direction. And that hurt. I mean, it damaged my business excessively. It is, the last thing I will ever do is quit on the people who have trusted me for their fitness. Okay, so I thought at that point, man, I've got to go make some changes, right? I've got to make some changes. I've got to become more of the person in my business, and I'm still learning how to do that. So anyway, this book basically said, hey, look, you need to find your one word, and then you need to figure out how to wrap your business around that one word, and start marketing your business on that value that is that one word. Okay. And I'd mentioned my real estate business, which is others. Um, and, uh, and coincidentally, not for any specific reason other than I was just lazy, but the corporate name, obviously we do business as Fit Body Bootcamp in Manteca, but the corporation name is Others Fitness. And truthfully, it was just because I was being lazy, and that was the name of my brokerage. And I thought, oh, I could just name it this. So, but when I'm reading this book and I'm going through all these exercises on, hey, figuring out what your one word is, I actually felt stupid at one point in time because I literally had done what this book had told me to do years ago, because everything I do in my life, I've figured out that I am not happy with anything I'm doing in life if I'm doing it for me. Now, that doesn't mean that we don't do things for me. What that means is I need to figure out ways to help other people. And when we become happiest in life, it's because we are doing things for others, right? And so anyway, that's how I got into this business, and we've had some crazy ups and downs. And if you've been in Manteca, you've seen that. If you've been in Turlock, you've seen that. I love all the people who've stuck around with me and have gotten results. And there's been, we have a great family atmosphere at all of our locations. But there's been some ups and downs. There's been some people who have done some crazy things. There's been other business owners who've done some crazy things. And what it comes down to is I love that I run a business that helps people every single day. Now, every single day, we are working as a business to be better at helping people and marketing to more people. Because the one thing, that's why this one book talked about is look, you're being selfish if you're not telling your story, because you're not out there helping as many people as you could. Because if you can reach out to people and get those people who are embraced by your story or embrace your story, then you're going to help more people. And so every day I'm trying to figure out ways that we can get more people into our business and figuring out how to help them, because this is a crazy statistic. I heard this is kind of off. So the average, what is considered, well, I'm just going to use the words obese for a woman, average is considered a person who is obese is 170 pounds. Now, that's average. That's not accounting for height and all these other crazy things. And when you start doing averages for such things, it is horribly, horribly misleading. However, it can give you kind of a thumbnail of where our country as a whole is. Obese, 170. The average female in the United States of America weighs 166 pounds. Think about that. That is 4 pounds from the average American being obese. That pisses me off. I mean, that is ridiculous. We live in a society that has so much information, and none of us should be that way. None of us who care about other people, who care about our families, should ever let ourselves get into that situation. And you know what? The biggest problem is there just is not enough people out there really, truthfully trying to help people get out of that situation. I can't stand it when there's somebody who's a fitness trainer or whatever that puts themselves first. Personal trainers who stand there with their phone while you're working out, you're paying that person $50 an hour to train you, and they're on their cell phone, right? Anyway, so that doesn't happen at Fit Body Bootcamp. But if it is happening, you let me know, because it won't be happening at Fit Body Bootcamp anymore. So anyway, that's part of my story. I didn't get into as much as I want, but the video is 15 minutes long already. So I'll continue this and tomorrow a little bit. I've gotten over a lot of the things that I wanted to kind of get off my chest a little bit and kind of tell you my story. This has been a struggle for me, and I'm super happy where I'm at for now, right? That doesn't mean I don't mean to be in a better place. I'm happy that I've gotten to where I'm at today. I need to become a better person so all of my staff and everybody else can do the best job we can for our clients. And I need to make sure that every single day I'm working on becoming a better person, because I can't make my staff the staff that it needs to be if I'm not doing a better job of being me. So, in order to help more people and help others as much as I should, I need to become a better person and expect that from everybody around me, right? So, anyway, this is kind of a weird video to post up there. I hope that it doesn't, some people will be like freaked out, like, what is Saul going off the deep end? I'm not. I just, there's a lot of things I think about and a lot of things that I don't talk about. Just because from a business standpoint, I think a lot of things, we need to be complete, some things need to be transparent by our clients. And they don't need to know all the different business dealings that we're going on to make things happen for them. But there's some things that, hey, you guys can embrace too. I mean, hey, we're a business, we're a family business. We want to help more people. And one of the ways we can do that is relying on all of our members to bring in referrals. If we're doing a good job, you guys should just automatically start bringing in referrals, because your friends will ask you, hey, what's going on? Why are you what's that glow about your face? In the first 2 weeks, that's the first thing that everybody sees, is you have so much more energy, you have glow. They also hear you groan when you're trying to sit in your office chair because your quads are just burning, but that's good. Right? So anyway, I said I was going to quit 3 minutes ago. I'm going to quit now. So anyway, I'll continue this tomorrow. I really, maybe on a little bit more of a subject. I included a couple links to these books. There's one that Your One Word, and there's another book by Gary Vaynerchuk. He's another one that basically is like, look, if you're not telling people your story, you're not out there, you're being a selfish ass. And I just don't want to be that person. I want to make sure that everybody knows exactly where I'm coming from and how I'm living every day trying to learn how to help them better. And I don't say that to like self-aggrandize myself, because it really doesn't matter until the rubber hits the road, right? I could read all the books I want, but it doesn't matter if I'm not passing that knowledge on and doing everything for all of my employees and all of my members to make sure that they're getting the best results possible. So anyway, thanks for letting me ramble on a little bit. I'm going to continue this tomorrow. I want to go over, a continuation of my story. I really kind of stopped a little bit and got on a rant. I guess that's what this whole video is about anyway. So, all right, I'll catch you guys later. Don't forget, if you're watching this video and you're not a member of Fit Body Bootcamp, you need to come to my Fit Body Bootcamps in Manteca and Turlock. Join us. See what we're all about. It's a great place to get fit in a family atmosphere with support, not just from my staff, from every single person who works out in our gym is a super helpful person. All right? I will catch you guys later. Bye.